had to boil my water. I lost my water bottle for my filter hiking on the way in. Very careless. But anyway, boil it for 5 minutes out of the creek. I mean, the creek is crystal clear, but yeah, you know, there's some runoff from wherever. But anyway, it was a good day fishing. Landed 8. What was really cool is I spotted several trout in the pool. And I put a double nymph rig on with a pheasant tail and a Frenchie, and 2 casts in landed a nice brown. So that was really great. And then about 15 yards up, I spotted several other fish, and the pool was a little deeper. I said, let's switch to a woolly booger. So I put an olive bead head woolly booger in, size 10. And I think the 3rd cast, I landed a really large rainbow. Of course, that rainbow was not a wild rainbow, being that large up here. I think he made it up from the hatchery supported about 10 miles down, just a holdover. But after that, yeah, the dry fly hit was it. I had some dry fly, some large foam, a large foam fly on the top with some droppers on it, but they just weren't hitting the dropper. All they kept doing was hitting that big dry, but it was so large, they were just throwing it out of the water. So I switched to a caddis, and yeah, it was all over with after that. Over the next couple of hours, I landed 6 nice, very colored up brown, and then probably missed another half dozen or so, but it was a good afternoon. Finishing up boiling my water here, and gonna go down by the creek and eat. The creek is just below the bluff here, and then come back. Got gathered up some firewood, and I'll sit around here, sip on a little bourbon, and just chill for the evening. And I'm sure once the sun goes down, I'll be ready to go to sleep. Yeah, I think down to here is about 1.5 miles, and then my round trip today was close to 3. Yeah, and that was rock hopping, pretty heavy. So a good day. I mean, it couldn't have been any better. Anyway, get this food going and relax for the evening. Alright, grabbed my other beer out of the creek. Drink that with dinner. Perfect. This juicy IPA from Raleigh Brewing. It's really, really good. I found it a couple months ago, and yeah, I've gone through quite a few 6-packs since I found it. Pretty good stuff here. Never thought freeze-dried meals would be so good. Chicken coconut curry is one of my favorites. A whole lot of flavor, which is good. I tried some other brands of freeze-dried meals, and they're not very good. So I'm all about Pete now. There's 4 or 5 of them I really like a lot. This chicken curry's amazing. Say, to be able to sit right here in the middle of the forest, in the middle of this creek, on these rocks, and eat dinner, drink beer, it doesn't get any better than that. And not see a single person the entire day. That's even better. Let's hope the boiling of the water for 6 to 7 minutes was good, and I don't get sick. I'm sure it'll be just fine. Nothing like a good campfire. Doesn't get any better than this. You go absolutely nowhere. Just hanging out. Stowed a couple of beers in the creek. It's easy hiking in because it's downhill. So they're empty on the way back, so less weight. Packing in this folding saw is a little extra weight, but I mean, it's a game changer. We can get some good firewood, some down trees, cut them up, folds up, you know, nice and small. So plenty of firewood around here. Rarely does anybody come back here. You know, this was a campsite, you know, that somebody set up one time, but I mean, there was a little fire pit here. I moved it so it's not so close to the tent, but it hadn't been used in a long time, and there's so much firewood, you don't really have to go anywhere. That means nobody ever comes here, which is a good thing. Didn't see a soul today. And it's Memorial Day weekend. Glad these packages burned. They burned pretty good. This tree I just broke this limb out of is dead. It's not green at all. It has no it's like a fir tree. And they're like money when you can find one of those. I don't know why, but a lot of them, you find a lot of small ones like that that are completely dead. And you know, a lot of times you can just push them over and break it. And it's got a little bit of resin in it. Great for starting fires, and then of course the rest of it is really great. Since this is higher altitude here, there's plenty of them. I pushed 2 of them over just below me here, so whew, that's hot. That is really hot. Very fast. Gathered up some good dry wood. It maybe rained a few days earlier, but you know, it's already dried up. So. Whew. All right. I actually needed that because sitting out there by the creek, it was getting pretty chilly. I mean, in this area, it's supposed to be right around 50, but I would expect where I am, it'll probably be in the mid-40s tonight. So just perfect. You know, I think anyone thinking about doing backpacking and hiking in with everything on your back, the one thing that you have to have is a backpacking chair. One of these little light aluminum fold-up chairs. Of course, you got to have the tent, good sleeping mat, good sleeping bag so that you sleep well. But when you're not sleeping and you want to sit around, sit by the campfire, visit if you got anybody with you, you got to have one of these chairs. You know, this one here is not an ultralight one. I think it might weigh 2.5 pounds maybe. Very inexpensive. Of course, you can get one that's about a pound, but it's like 3 times this. So, depending on how far you go, it's worth it. It is the luxury item that you need. They're very comfortable, and I've really enjoyed it. You know, I bought it before I did my first trip, and it's awesome. It's so comfortable. Yeah, it's been great having it. I'll tell you, this fire is so hot. This is the 3rd time I've moved away from the fire because my legs are getting tired. Hot, that is. Perfect evening. I have no idea what time it is, but there's a little light in the air, in the sky, but not very much. I know there was a sliver of a moon yesterday, so clouds are moving in, so I don't know if we're going to have a sliver of a moon tonight, or the clouds will start coming in and it'll be cloudy. Should be able to get, you know, good 5 or 6 hours of fishing in, assuming I get up, you know, when the sun comes up. I'm not going to walk down very far. Probably only make about a 15-20 minute walk and then just fish on up. So, yeah, I'll sit around here. Got a couple more pieces of wood, and then probably call it a night about 10 o'clock, I guess. Good, comfortable evening. All right, closing out the night. Got the bear bag up. You know, you would think it's easy to find a tree to put your bear bag in, but I always find it quite difficult because I want to try and find the perfect branch or tree that leans to where if a bear's going to go out there, they got to really think about it. So I found this tree earlier, so it should work out. I think if a bear will probably not go out that far, because if it goes out this far, then the tree is probably going to break. So it's pretty small at the end where the bag is. So getting ready to call it a night. The moon is actually out, so you can see it right there. That's really nice. So hopefully the forecast is still holding, but it's good to see the moon. I guess about a quarter or a third. So. Hi, good morning. Nice brisk morning this morning. I woke up in the middle of the night a little chilly. I didn't have the sleeping bag all the way zipped up. So I zipped it all up, fell back asleep, and then I woke up again 2-3 hours later, still a little cold. So I had a long sleeve base layer that I should have put on when I went to bed, but I didn't. So I threw that on real quick and then fell back asleep. But it is crisp this morning. Got a little cell coverage, and 46 degrees in the town that's closest to here where the weather gets a reading, but it's probably in the low 40s where I am. I put my skins on, neoprene skins. It's a good purchase I made a couple of months ago to use in the when it's not really cold water, or you're just going in and out of the water, and it's certainly a lot lighter than full pair of waders. And then I have my wading jacket, so I'm comfortable now. Finishing up some coffee. What was nice is having the cell coverage. I could check the weather again, and the weather hadn't changed, which is good. Showing the heavy rain coming in about 2 o'clock, so I'm going to fish for about 4 or 5 hours. Go ahead and get the tent and everything packed up before I take off. So all I got to do is grab it and go when I'm ready to get out of here. So we'll have another cup of coffee, eat a little breakfast, and then get on the water. Should be a good morning. There's no wind and it's overcast, so that'll be much better out here on this crystal clear water. Fish should be able to hide a little better from the fish. Yesterday was a good day, and hope today will bring some more fish, and start out with some nymphs today. Man, I love these backcountry skins. They are perfect for a morning like today. Upper 40s, overcast, little cool. They're super light to bring in your backpack, and so easy to rock hop with them. So glad I made this purchase. So certainly taking advantage of them today. It's so nice when you're up here and all the mountain laurel is blooming. They just line this trail all throughout the throughout this area this time of the year. Rhododendron as well. So, hey, all right. Oh, well, he got off, but oh well. That's a long distance release. That's a good sign. He hit the nymph and hit it really hard. No biggie. It's like a little wild rainbow. Nope, it's another brown. That's a beauty. He hit the dry. Here I am thinking the nymph was going to be the trick because I hit one right off the bat. And then he comes up and tags the dry. So he's, yeah. Let's get this little guy back in the water. Beautiful spot. Alright, another little beauty. They're still hitting on the dries. Yeah. two in a very short period of time with the parachute Adams. Just had a long distance release with the Frenchie. Just colored up with all the orange spots today. Really nice. Let's let him go. Caught him right in that little run there. Didn't have the camera on, but you saw the finish. Alright, gonna try out something different here. Got a black chubby, and I put a sexy waltz worm on the bottom of it. About 24 inches below. So let's give that a shot for a while. I'm gonna do a little bit of experimenting here for the last hour. Trying a bunch of different things. Just to see what they might bite on. Nailed my perdigon. Beauty. The sexy waltz worm didn't last very long because he got hung up and it was real deep and I couldn't get it. But then I put my perdigon on. Kind of resembles a zebra midge with some UV resin on it. Oh, that was nice. Nice little wild brown there, man. He was aggressive. That's a good sign there. I'm gonna probably stay with this combination from here on out. Let's let him go. That was the coolest hit. Wow, he came up from in that rock, busted that baby. Another beauty. These fish are so beautiful. Tan elk hair caddis. And he's off. All right, I got the campsite packed up and ready to go. It's been a good 2 days here, one night, 2 full days, great fishing. So couldn't have been any better. Rain held off for quite a while. It's actually 3:30 and no rain yet. Sun peeks through every now and then, so I head on back. So should be able to beat all the rain back. Really fun trip and good weather. And the best thing of all, a lot of good fish caught. Yesterday and today. Dries were the ticket. And also hit a few on the nibs. But good time. I just found my water bottle. I'm so happy because I would hate to have littered this beautiful place up. It was right in the middle of this trail. But a good ways back. I'm glad that when I did make a backtrack, I only backtrack about a quarter of a mile just to see if I had dropped it where I had to bend down by a tree. But glad I found it, sitting right in the middle of the trail. Nobody else has been back here since I came through here 2 days ago. So happy I found it. All right, made it back to the Jeep. Jeep's safe and sound, nobody messed with it. Tough hike back, but it's all well worth it. Good trip. Can't wait for the next one.